Hello and welcome to week 8, piece 16 of the Wall of Stitches crochet along. And for this piece, we are going to be using the uneven gravel stitch. So this is a really textured piece and it's very dense as well. So it is quite a bit of a yarn eater, but it does look fantastic. And that texture is just amazing because it's so dense that it stays put. It doesn't disappear over time. So to start this piece, you're going to need a foundation chain of 66. So before we start our gravel stitch, I'm just going to mark the first chain from my hook, as my turning chain is going to count as the first stitch of the row. So now I'm going to make a single crochet in the third chain from my hook, and then make a single crochet in every stitch across. So row 1 is just a plain row of single crochet in every stitch. And this will allow us to set up ready the next few rows. I'll just make the last few single crochet. Okay, and then when you get to the end of the row, all single crochet, you're just going to turn and chain 1. We're going to make a single crochet in the first stitch. So that single crochet is a regular single crochet made in both loops. But for the rest of this row, till we get to the final stitch, we're going to be making single crochet but in the front loop only. So in those 2 loops you got at the top, you're only going to use the front loop and make a single crochet. And you're going to do that until you reach your final stitch of the row. And we're doing this because we're going to be using those back loops in a little bit. So I find it helps to just get a nail in between the 2 loops to make it easier to slide my hook into just that front loop. Okay. And then when we get to the last stitch of the row, which is the turning chain in the row below, just take my stitch marker out, we're going to make a single crochet using both loops. And this just helps to secure the edge of your crochet. Okay, so that was row 2. We turn, so we can see the ridge that was left by the unused loops, back loops. So row 3, we're going to start our gravel stitches. So we turn and chain 1. We're going to make a single crochet in the first stitch using both loops. And just put my stitch marker in. And now we're going to make a gravel stitch. And a gravel stitch is just a double crochet 3 together cluster. So yarn over. But we're not going to use the stitch. We're going down into the unused back loop. And we're going to make our double crochet 3 together in that. So you just start a single crochet, a double crochet even, into that front loop, but leave the last 2 loops on your hook. You do that 3 times. So you'll end up with 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Okay. And once you've done that, you're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch. So you'll have this cluster and it looks like it's just sat on the front. So if you turn over, you just get that little ridge at the back. It just sits on the front. So we single crochet in the next stitch, and in the next stitch we're going to make another gravel stitch. So yarn over, using the unused loop 2 rows below, yarn over, pull through the loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, back into the unused loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then one more, yarn over, back into the same unused loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, so you've got 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops, and then make a single crochet in the next stitch. I'll just show you where that goes, so you can see that's where the last single crochet was. In front of this stitch is where we just made our gravel stitch, so we make a single crochet in this stitch here. Okay, so you'll always have a single crochet between each of the gravel stitches. And that is your repeat across the row. So make a gravel stitch in the unused loop 2 rows below, and then single crochet in the next stitch. And you repeat this all the way across your row. So this becomes a really, really thick stitch because we've got those clusters sitting on the front, but there's no holes, so it's really dense and really warm. Stitch marker is making a racket. Just tuck that away. And just keep on going. So this stitch is a bit of a yarn eater because of all of these. Okay, so I've got 2 stitches left. So one more gravel stitch, and then we'll make a single crochet in the last stitch of the row. And single crochet. And there is row 2. So you've got those lovely gravel stitches, just making those clusters on the front. Okay, so row 4. And we're going to turn, chain 1, and make a single crochet in the first stitch of the row. Okay, and that's using both loops. So now we're going to make single crochet in the front loop only again. So we're setting up for another row of gravel stitches. So front loop only in every stitch until we get to the last stitch of the row. So when we get to that last stitch, again, we'll be making a single crochet in both loops, just so we've got a nice solid edge to our piece. So that last single crochet through both loops, and then turn. So your unused loops will sit right on top of your gravel stitches in the row below. Okay, so row 5. Turn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the first stitch. Just move my stitch marker up. And then make a single crochet in the next stitch as well. So we are going to make gravel stitches in this row, but we're going to offset them. So the gravel stitches in this row will sit in between. So it's an uneven stitch with our rows alternating. So it makes a nice staggered pattern. So next stitch is a gravel stitch working in that unused loop 2 rows below, sitting between the other gravel stitches. So we get this lovely alternating pattern. And we make them exactly the same way as we did before. Single crochet in the next stitch and then make another gravel stitch. So it's the same repeat, it's just that we've added an extra single crochet at the beginning of the row to make sure that we get the pattern of gravel stitches that we want. I can already feel just how thick these stitches are getting. You just know it's going to be lovely and warm. 2, 3, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 4, single crochet in the next stitch. And just carry that on. Three, yarn over, pull through, single crochet in the next stitch. We carry this on until we've got 2 stitches left. So this is my last gravel stitch of the row. And 3, pull through, and then I'm going to make a single crochet in the last 2 stitches. 1 and 2. And that's row 5. So to complete your gravel stitch, you're going to be repeating rows 2 to 5 until you have 14 rows in total. Once you finish row 14, you can cut off and weave in your ends, and then it's time to add your border. So for this one, you're going to be making a single crochet in each stitch across the top and bottom. So you'll have 65 stitches across the top and the bottom. And then you're going to make a single crochet into the side of every row down the sides. So you'll have 14 single crochet down each side. And of course, then you're going to add an extra stitch in each corner for the turn. So once you finish round 1, you can go ahead and do rounds 2 and 3 as well. And then you can cut off and weave in your ends and join this piece to your previous piece, the split bobble. And that will complete your 4th strip, your 4th row of this blanket. So then you can also then join this piece to your 3rd row that we completed before a couple of weeks ago to add the next row of your blanket on. So if you need a reminder of how to make the flat braid stitch that you're using to join, then either click the link that comes up on screen or click the link beneath the video and you can get that reminder. And then that's it for this week. So next week we begin your 5th row of the blanket. And as always, if you have any questions, please do come to the Facebook group, Froggity Frogs Ribbit and Stitch. You can ask all the questions you need there, join in the chat, and don't forget to come and show off your pieces as well. I'd love to see how you're coming along with your blankets. So thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time for the next video. Bye for now.